Hi everyone, it's Louise with louisemckayart, and welcome to my channel. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to talk today because I have a cold. I'm fighting, so I might be voicing over a lot of this. But I'm doing a paint skin today, 2 paint skins for charcuterieboard since these things are doing really well. And let's just get started. I've got my pillow paint, which is my Glidden 6011N. I'm looking at making this about 9 inches big. So I'm going to try to go pretty quickly through this. So I always start with the pillow, getting it about right, as much as I think I'm going to need to get started. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit, make sure I'm centered. I probably put a little too much pillow down, but we'll see. All right, my colors. This is Golden's Titan Green. Pale Titan Green Pale. This is a combination of DecoArt's Moss and Artez's Pearl Cactus Green. This is what it looks like. Beautiful, beautiful color. It's definitely a pearl. You can see the metallic in it. All right, next we have my quinacridone Nickelazzo Gold combined with Zeus from TLP. And the Nickelazzo Gold is a color that no longer is being produced by Golden. It's been discontinued about a year now. But if you go to the Golden's website and just ask for something that's similar to quinacridone, I know there's 2 colors that they say will make it. And I would rather let you go research it because I don't know off the top of my head. This is Golden's Iridescent Bronze. Just a reminder here to check out my description for links to some of the products I use and also some educational type tutorials. I do love my Goldens. If you've been following me, you'll know that I love my Golden paint. And these colors just go so well together. This is Amsterdam's Olive Green Deep. Now I mix these up before going on vacation and then I never use them, so this one here is especially getting a little bit long in the tooth. It's a little bit thick, I mean. You probably need to add a little water to it. And what I do to do that is I have a little bit of water. So I just spritz. So I'm not going to do a whole bunch now, but I just give it a couple squirts, blend it in. That's how I would do it. I'd probably add 3 squirts based on this thickness, and then continue on. All right, cell activator. My white and then my black. Always mix it. If you see it haloing, then it's getting ready to work. I'm linking above video 141, which is my American Floetrol cell activator recipe if you want to check it out. White and the black, Australian Floetrol cell activator. I still have a bunch of this. I've just got to use it up. Here we go. So as I blow this out, I'm going to talk through this a little bit, and I'm blowing straight down into that cell activator to get it to open up in as much a circle as possible and form a little ridge and divot. And then I'm going to aim my blow where the ridge is, blow the cell activator out over the paints and the paints out over the pillow. And if you're interested, I have a really good video, 419, called The Art of the Blow. I show you how you find your blow in the first place with a little cheat, and then how your speed and angle of your blow affects the composition as you're blowing it out. It's really good. And this is with a cold. So I'm just blowing into the cell activator because this is older cell activator and so it's not as responsive, just to spread out the cell activator, and the colors underneath should pop up through and give me nice cells. All right, let's stretch out the pillow a little bit. I'm going to go and fast forward as I spread out the pillow, and the importance of spreading out the pillow here is to make sure that the composition has a place to roll onto as I start to spin this out. If I didn't do this, as the composition reached the edge of the pillow, it would start to roll over itself and I would lose the composition altogether as this continues to stretch out when I spin it. This is going to be a gorgeous charcuterie board. Okay, so that's about enough of that. Now we'll start to stretch it out. I do have a couple bubbles. I have a really sharp toothpick for that. I'm just going to pop this. But what's going to happen is underneath this bubble, I don't know if you can see it, color will probably pop through underneath. Yeah, that's that pearl color coming through. Sometimes you get color and sometimes you get white. Those are colors as well. So this has been a very forgiving color palette. I know I said I was going to make a video on how to deal with bubbles. I'm probably going to have to create something deliberately to cause a lot of bubbles. All right, so now that I'm getting to the edge again, I've got to add more pillow paint because I cannot have that roll over itself. So you be very careful with that. I was going to fast forward through this section, but I'm not, because in a moment I'm going to talk a little bit about why I do it this way. In the meantime, I'm going to talk about the 5-part charcuterie board series I have available if you're interested in these, where I talk about the pour, how to prepare your skin, adhering your skin to the board, the resin process, which is a separate private tutorial, and then how to completely finish off your charcuterie board. Each step is a deep dive and certainly well worth watching. I do it this way because I baby these things until they're fully developed. It's just the way I like to do it. And like I've said in multiple videos before, oh, this one's gorgeous. I show you how I do it, but that's not necessarily the only way. I mean, it's certainly not the only way. You have to find out what works for you. It's like being a teacher in school where I teach you the letters of the words, and then you're going to put the words together and make your own story. Yeah. I could just show you the direction, and then you figure out the path. All right, let's give it another spin. Get that out of the way. Oh, this is a winner. And it's also got a fall vibe to it. The nickel has a gold and the bronze certainly bring the fall vibe. I don't think I'm going to get that cell in the middle. We'll see. But I need to see how big this thing is. I don't want to go bigger than 9.5 inches. I'd say I've got one more spin left. Here's another little spot. Oh, that's actually got green in it, but I don't like it. I'm going to dunk it just to touch it. And this one too. Just kiss it. Oh, this one's so pretty. All right, I'm going to go on fast forward here. I'm going to spread this pillow out a little more. So I'm just going to go on fast forward here as I stretch out the pillow even more before I get ready to spin the next time. Just want to save a little time, and I'll come back right as I'm getting ready to spin. I think that's going to have to be it because this thing is gigantic. Yeah. Get rid of some of these white spots or some of these spots that I'm not fond of. Just bleed them in. Here's an air bubble. Right here. I'm going to pop it right in front of you so you can see. And there'll be color underneath there. Magic. Anyway, so here we are. This is where I am. And I'm going to put this to bed. I think this is really pretty. So everyone, that's a wrap. Here are the final wet results. And there are 2. So there they are. And then I'm going to show you here in a second the wood board. Just so you can see, this is what the raw board looks like after it's been finished down. And I get these boards at a mill, and they come in about 8-foot sections, and I cut it down to about 24 inches each. And there's some of the black walnut. Just gorgeous. So here she is, fully assembled and completed and resined. And here is the up close. We're going to go into detail here. And I want to point out that resin finish. Now, I've created countless boards over the years, and I've had a learning curve on how to get that nice, smooth resin finish where that resin looks like it just dives straight into the board seamlessly. Now, I have a 40-minute all-in-one complete private tutorial that I wish I had when I was first learning how to do this. I would have saved myself a lot of trouble. If you're interested in that, just email me. My email's in the description, and I'll get you into that video today. Look at the ends and how I've got the ends wrapped over to really make it look finished off. I also have a 10% discount code in the description. You get 10% off, and I get 5% back toward my future purchases, so it's a win-win for both of us. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you're new here, please join me. Subscribe, hit the bell and all. You won't regret it. You'll get all my latest art tutorials. At the end, I will have a link for my charcuterie and wood board playlist if you want to see more. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care. Till next time.